Now. There we go. Hi, guys! How's it going?
This is the only time we'll be laughing.
Exactly. Yeah, we have to. We'll laugh our way through the pain, basically.
You know my style.
Yes, that's why we get along so well.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, how you doing, Brandy?
You know I'm doing.
Good. I see we already have Louise Egg Sparrow, Marcus Aurelius. Good reference. And Bree all in the chat. So it's great to see all y'all. Yeah, welcome to the show. We are back after chaos has kept us away. Which is probably the only way to
I mean
describe
this in
it.
like the best possible sense, but it's always your chaos.
It is my chaos.
It's always your chaos. And
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Most of the time, my chaos is amazing. Like, oh, hey, you're going to be chasing tornadoes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
last year was you hit a deer.
Which is like the most Midwestern thing to like cancel a stream for.
It wasn't even, I was hit by a dead deer. That's the worst part of it. The semi hit the deer. And the deer rolled under the semi, and we're in the single lane on I-69 because it's like just the worst named road, and it's also the worst construction. And so this deer comes rolling from under a semi. I'm just like, yeah. I just double arm the wheel and just go whoop, and it just, oh my gosh, that thing wrecked the bottom of my car.
Mythbusters thing where you're like, oh, maybe I should speed up and not do so much damage.
Yes, literally the one with the moose. I remember that episode. Oh my gosh, literally, and like at 2 a.m, it's pretty difficult to get that brain down. But we made it.
It happened at 2 in the morning.
Yeah,
I thought it happened after work.
No, I was on my way to work.
Oh, I misread your text. I thought you were like, at least it happened after work. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no.
It happened before work?
I did do my entire shift.
That's
my car could be like bursting into flames in the parking lot.
Bursting into flames in the parking lot. You just hear over the studio comm being like, somebody's car's on fire.
The owner of the white sedan left your lights on.
Yeah.
Oh golly. Well, we got the laughs in. Now it's time to sob. Because today is Appa's Lost Days. Which I feel like maybe chaos was trying to save us from it, just depending on what our mental state is.
Yeah. That may have been what the universe was doing.
Yeah.
And if so, I'm grateful.
Yes.
However, I did have to watch this episode twice because I watched it last week.
Okay.
And I always have to rewatch right before we stream. So I had to watch it again today. And I was like,
no.
I was like, why am I watching this back to back?
Oh, you have my sympathy. Because I watched it and I forgot about some of the parts. I'm just like, because I've only seen this episode a handful of times.
Yeah.
Just as a child, I saw Appa's Lost Days. I'm like, we're switching to Disney.
We're switching.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Did you watch it like repetitively?
The only time that I rewatch it is when I do a whole series rewatch.
So you don't just voluntarily decide to be depressed.
No, I'm never like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down.
Get a nice glass of Chardonnay.
And just like have a cozy night in. No, like I'm never like, that's the one that I'm gonna watch.
I don't know why that made me think of it, but like, okay, so if you had a guy come over, just be like, oh, hey, yeah, no, let's watch something. What do you want to watch? How about Appa's Lost Days? Red flag. Out the door.
I think if I had a guy come over and I was like, I'm gonna watch that, I think he would have to kick me out of my own place.
Yeah.
Like that's how much of a red flag it is.
Not allowed. So chat, do tell, because there's 5 of you in the chat. Do you willingly watch this episode for kicks and giggles? In the meantime, though, we get to jump right in with our Brandy definition of the episode and the Paramount definition of the episode. Because I don't know, season 2, maybe it's just because we've been so far between our episodes, but it seemed like season 2's descriptions were a little bit better.
They were a little bit better.
A little bit. Well, we have now Appa's Lost Days, episode 16, even though it's listed as 15 on Paramount. Because they combined some episodes, didn't they? Good. Well, here's the fun description. In this special episode, that's putting it lightly, that we go back in time to the moment Appa was stolen. And that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's all they wrote?
Yep. I thought season 2 was going to be better, but no. Even the person who wrote the description, they're like, I just can't.
They copped out. They were like, they typed that with tears in their eyes. They're like, I cannot emotionally.
Some poor Nickelodeon intern.
Yeah.
So right. The bar is set incredibly low, but I have no doubt in my mind that you can surpass it.
This one's pretty straightforward.
Good.
So, okay. After being captured, Appa must find a way to free himself and get back to Aang.
That's good. That is so good.
Done. Simple.
Literally same length as the description online, but so much better.
Yeah.
I think you might have done it in less words.
Well, it was like there's really like that's what happens. Like he just wants to get back to Aang.
Yeah, exactly. This poor baby. Like anyone who has had pets, whether it be the fish that lasted 24 hours before you brought it home, to cats that live 20-something years. Humans are attached to animals. And even though Appa is completely fiction, not even real, never has been, I feel so bad for him and I'm willing to go to war.
I feel really bad for him too. I didn't realize this until obviously I rewatched it, but you know, I don't know if you watched The Mandalorian, but like if you watch The Mandalorian, your heart just hurts for Grogu. Mm-hmm. That's the same kind of hurt that you have when you watch this movie. Although it's more like bitter. Like with Grogu, you're just like, oh, look at him, he's so cute. And this one, you're just like, why?
Oh no!
But then like you also have intense rage for everybody who mistreats Appa.
Oh my gosh, yes, the homicidal rage that grew within me during this rewatch. No, it's just those sandbenders. It's one of the because we meet them in the desert. Like this is our first time seeing them. Bad first impression, people.
Yeah, do better.
Because like when they came out with the fan comic, The Legend of Genji, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's a sandbender, and my first thought was, I hate them. This Appa. But I can't blame them. Genji's good, and there need to be more episodes, but they haven't announced anything yet. So
I thought they shut that down for some reason.
Did they? Oh, I'm willing to bet it was a cease and desist.
I don't know.
Copyright or whatever.
Copyright.
Either way,
all right.
They're stupid. Technically, cosplay can be seen as copyright unless you put your own personal flair into it. But if someone tries to enforce that, I'll tell you what, there's a whole legion of foam axes heading towards their heads. Let's see what we got in the chat. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of stuff in the chat. Concise, accurate, perfect. Exactly. And Louise Expero says, I watched a reaction YouTuber review this series, and from the beginning, she kept saying, tell me nothing happens to Appa.
Oh,
I wonder if someone's just like, he's okay at the end. No context in between.
He survived.
The Nerdy Viking. Hello. Love your avatar. It's amazing how many people Appa comes into contact with. There are some wild characters. And some familiar ones.
I want to know more about those beetle people that have like the beetles on their head.
Yeah!
They never show up again at all.
Yeah. And that was a giant dung beetle, right? But why were they giant? What were they mixed with?
Well, this is given the universe, I don't think we have to ask why it was giant.
Well, yeah. The buzzard wasp.
Yeah. I just want to know, like, the beetle merchants, like, what are their story?
Exactly. Like, what's their story? Why are they in the desert? How do they tame the beetles? There's a lot that needs to be broken up in that. But yeah. And in this entire episode, because you see here, this 8 panels, 8 different like situations where you just see Appa.
Yeah.
And it's
I think what's really interesting about this episode is that it ties in without like even realizing it ties in like everything that ends this season. Like this is the beginning of the end here. Because you see Hakoda, and you don't even know that's.
He's like, what?
You don't even know really who that is.
Sokka shouldn't have given me that cactus juice, man.
And I think you see a couple of other things. I don't know. My mind's going blank, but I don't know. I just really like seeing Hakoda, and like having like that little loose thread that you literally have no idea about.
This point in the series, like, this is all loose threads. You have him, you have Iroh and Zuko, you have the gang, you have Appa. It's like an unraveled tapestry. Still.
Much like my emotional state when watching this episode.
Yes, indeed. Marcus Aurelius says, in theory, I like this episode, but I also have the emotional capacity of a thimble. Yeah. As someone who works overnight in the dark on a Monday morning after sleeping so well this weekend, and then I watched this episode today, I'm like, I don't have the capacity for this. Oh boy. So now that we've got the basic glossing over of what all has happened,
the circus. Well, let's talk about the circus.
Let's talk about the circus. Let me grab
the same circus that Ty Lee's from, right?
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Because it's like, it looks the same.
Well,
I don't know how different Fire Nation circuses are.
Well, one, like how many traveling Fire Nation circuses are there? One in the Earth Kingdom. True. Two, just in general. Like, I don't know. Firemen, like the Fire Nation doesn't seem like they're really into circus.
You know what? Let's have some fun, guys. Yeah. Between the slaughter.
Between the slaughter and imperialism.
It'd be like if the Empire decided to do shadow puppets with stormtroopers. Like, it doesn't vibe.
I like to think that that's what the Empire does every Thursday. Like, Darth Vader is just down there.
They convert the cafeteria.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Empire's fun. The Fire Nation, not so much.
Yeah. Well, and you just get the worst of the worst. Like, this dude, how dare he?
Not our sweet little bean Appa.
So, fun fact, I have, when I'm just sitting and watching shows, I do stuff to, like, exercise idly. And I have these, I can't find them, but these, you know, the grip trainers where you just like squeeze it and it's super hard. I was sitting here, I'm just like,
we're so stressed. You were
like, I can only imagine what my parents were thinking if they heard like a little grunting. It's just my stress from this episode. Oh gosh, yeah. No, I just where's the Avatar verse PETA? Because this would be a situation where it's like, okay, shut him down.
I feel like that was like an organization that was run by like the Air Nomads.
Oh, you know what? Air Nomad PETA actually works.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need it too. Look at the sad boy. Like, he's not human. He doesn't say anything other than his growls. But growls, that's the word.
I got you.
They managed to get so much emotion in him.
I don't like how I like, but I don't like how throughout the course of like the episode, like Appa's eyes change so much.
Yeah.
And like when he's in the desert, like he's really determined. And then like he even sees like the friendly mushroom that Aang makes. And like that's how close they were. That's how close they were, and like he almost gets away. But then they use like the sheer shoe darts and they just
which good callback.
Yeah, it's a good callback. Although I do have a question. Like back in I think it's the episode Bato of the Water Tribe. Like, doesn't it take the Shirshu like several attempts to bring Appa down? But in this episode,
That's a good point.
in this episode, I think it's like 4 darts, and it's like, which means that they're probably
Yeah.
highly concentrated.
I was
Or
gonna
he
say
was
maybe
just-
they like boiled it down just to
Maybe.
the poison.
Maybe. I don't know.
Nah. What do you guys think in the chat? Was it laced with something? Was there like
no, they're like, Brandy's overthinking it again.
no, because that's why we're here to overthink, analyze, and giggle.
Giggle, yeah. But yeah, no, like, and once he gets to the circus and like everything like happens here, like the sadness in his eyes, and then just everything after that, like he just looks just so defeated, and it's so sad. It's so sad.
And even when he gets like little bits of hope, like it's just like dashed. Like, oh, wait a second. There's this kid who gave me hay. Oh no, I'm almost about to be burned alive by a Fire Nation carny. Like, there's no.
This little kid though. This little kid, like, why the animators gotta make him look like Aang?
I know. Literally, when I watched it, I was like, is that? Like, is this what Aang would have been reincarnated into if he hadn't have been stuck in the iceberg?
Maybe. I don't know, but it makes me very sad. And then he laughs the same, he giggles the same.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's like, go, get away from him. It's like, I want to know, I didn't look this up before the show. Was it the same voice actor? Was it Zach who voiced Aang and this little kid? Because that would have been a really sneaky.
I don't know. It could have been.
Time to look it up. Fandom.com. The Avatar wiki. So good. Okay, additional voices. Not listed. It still has Zach, Tyler Eisen just voicing Aang. But still.
I don't know.
He sounded similar enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this kid, and I wish that they would have, like, shown more of him helping out. Like, hop on, bud! And they go and find Aang together.
Well, and I think that, like, this kid, from, like, very little of, like, what we get to see, because, like, he's only in there for, like, a couple of minutes, but, like, even, like, his dad, or who I assume is dad, doesn't treat him, like, the best. So then it's just, like, mirroring Appa's own experiences. And so, like, you know, obviously, like, Appa is very humanized. So, like, we don't really need anything to help humanize the emotions that Appa's having. But, like, even just having, like, this little kid and just, like, very quickly being, like, you know, this parental figure being, like, you stay here and don't move, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, he was still just, like, kind enough to be like, all right, well, I'm going to go help this. And then even, like, encourage Appa to, like, fly away. To be like, you can do it! While everybody else is just, like, laughing their head off. Like, it's just...
Exactly. Well, and then he flies away, and you mentioned his eyes.
Sorry, can we look at the eyes?
He's like, did they have to get a shot at the vet? Oh, he's so hurt.
And he's hurt and he's scared. And
this hurts just looking at it.
Please
take it off the screen.
I'm not emotionally strong.
Well, and then we get like it's so true in the episode. Like what Appa experiences is like extreme, like, oh, there's hope I can find him. Oh no, I can't. Oh, this, oh no, that. And then they just throw baby Appa at us.
I know, right? But we also get baby Aang.
They're so cute. Like the
little horns. What I love is that, like, so like Appa falls asleep and then you're like, oh, this is Appa's dream. But by the end of it, it cuts to Aang having the dream.
The writers know, man.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
They're like, you know what? This show's listed for like 9 to 14-year-olds. How about we give them lifelong trauma?
Emotional damage.
It's so true, and it ties in so perfectly at the end with Guru Patik. Like it's just, oh, they're all connected and they have same dreams, and it's just too cute, and you get to see just how much they genuinely love each other and they grew up together.
Yeah. I guess
I
we'll
really
always
hope,
be together, buddy.
like, this is going into the fan theory thing, but I have a theory that Appa and Aang totally died at the same time.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Like, they're
100%.
just like, okay, buddy, let's go. Whoosh. And their spirits just kind of. But yeah, it makes me so happy to see them, because there's this TikTok sound that this one person did where she picks up her cat and she goes, "You have no idea how emotionally devastated I'm going to be when you die." And the cat's just looking at her like, and I don't know why that just makes me think of that in this episode.
No.
Oh, it's so sad. But then things start to turn up for him. He's battled a porcupine.
A porcupine.
The animal, the species pitches that they had in this show.
I like to think that they either, like, at the end of like the work week, they all just get blasted and then they start coming up with animal hybrids, or they're throwing darts at a wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
They pull out an encyclopedia of animals. It's like, all right, aardvark and snake, snardvark. Here we go. No, I want to see that. I really want to see that. Rapunzel, I know you're in here. Find a snardvark for me.
I'm afraid, actually. I'm afraid.
As you should be.
Yeah.
It's like the conversation I used to have with my audio director all the time. If a snake was a mammal, where would its nipples be?
Okay, but we had this conversation.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
we did. We did, but it always circles back. I think the center of the universe is revolving around a mammatic snake.
I told you, they would sweat the milk like a platypus.
Oh, 100%.
That's what they would do. That's what they would
correct.
Do. Exactly. I know I'm correct.
I'm wondering if Nerdy Viking and Marcus Aurelius are still here, because Louise and Rapunzel, they're used to this chaos, but hopefully we haven't scared people away.
Anyways, back to the show.
Back to Appa. This makes my heart hurt even more. Because now he's hurt, he's chained, his little arrow's all scruffed up. And he's just so vulnerable.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to say, really, until he gets the help he needs.
I'm really glad that Suki comes back.
Yes, I've been missing the Suki action, because you get her decently in season 3, but book 3. But it's like, it's just, he needed a friend, and she was the perfect friend for him to find.
I like how like quiet and gentle. Like she recognizes that like stuff has happened, and so oh, sorry. The random thought. I just realized this. Appa is scared. No. Appa is scared of going into a cave. But look at where he's hiding.
Oh, wow! That really does go to show his trauma.
Yeah.
If he thinks a cave is safe.
Yeah. Because he at the beginning of this season, the Cave of Two Lovers.
Yeah.
He freaks out, and then Aang is like, "Don't worry, buddy. I'll never make you go underground again." And look at how he's so scared. He's so lost that he's choosing to go almost underground for protection.
Oh my gosh, that makes it so much worse. Oh my gosh.
I never realized that before. I'm so sorry. That was
a good catch, though. I never put those two together.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's heavy. Anyways, back to Suki.
Back to Suki. Suki's just being so kind and helping.
Like she finds him, and then she's like, okay, she doesn't get to see other Kyoshi warriors, but even like she's just like, listen, some movements, we're gonna take our time. He's scared, and like she just comes up and she's like, I can take you back to Aang, and he's just like, yeah.
Dad?
Yeah.
Like a lost kid in a grocery store.
Yeah. And then like they get him all cleaned up and stuff like that. And like I really wish that that's where, the story ends. Like, the Kyoshi Warriors just all, like, take him back to Ba Sing Se and stuff like that. But no, Azula has to happen.
Freaking Azula. These
Freaking
writers are
Azula.
sadistic.
They are.
Like, one of them had a bad day and was like, you know what? I'm going to take it out on Appa. Oh, this poor baby. Okay, so thoughts on having these three be the ones that show up rather than, say, the Rough Riders.
Oh, well, like, it has to be these three. Because anybody else, like, the Kyoshi Warriors would have won.
True. They would have
Yeah.
taken him down so
Yeah.
fast.
I do have one question, though.
Yeah.
This happens after the drill. Like, this is Azula and May and Ty Lee,
Yeah.
like, leaving Ba Sing Se because the drill thing didn't work out, right?
I think so. I think they might have picked up on his fur again or something.
Yeah, no, because, like,
Yeah.
she's, like, holding a clump, and she's just like, my, you're easy to find. I really have no idea why my brother hasn't captured you yet.
Yeah, good memory. I think that was word for word. Oh my god.
Sorry.
That's impressive.
I can remember those, but I can't remember phone numbers or people's names.
Basic names, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think we have someone named Mike at our station. I don't know who he is, but I know there's a name nick of Mike.
Yeah. But
oh. Yeah.
But yeah, like, so this happens after the drill. Because I even think that, like, before, when they find Appa, one of them's like, didn't you just find the Avatar? Didn't you just see the Avatar, like, a couple of days ago? Which, if a couple of days from the Serpent Pass, and the Serpent Pass ends directly where the drill begins, then it has to be after the drill.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I'm, like, trying to figure out, like, the timeline of this episode. Because obviously, like...
Yeah, it had to have been after the drill. Because, yeah, she had seen him a few days ago in the Serpent's Pass. And literally from the Serpent's Pass, it went directly to the drill.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you guys in the chat? I accept it.
Okay.
How about this battle?
It was... As much as I was like, it had to be Azula because nobody else, like the Kyoshi Warriors, would have won otherwise. I kind of wish that the Kyoshi Warriors stood a bit more of a chance. Because, like, Suki obviously kind of holds her own with Azula for a bit. But all the other Kyoshi Warriors, like, they lose really quickly.
Like flies.
Yeah, really quickly against May and Ty Lee. And... yeah. I don't know, like, it makes me.
And they have like a similar skill set to Ty Lee as far as like agility and movement and evasion tactics go. Like they certainly aren't on the same level, but they're fare better than peasants.
Yeah. So like the only thing about this fight scene is that I wish that they held their own a little bit more. And I realize that obviously that's probably coming down to like time within the episode and everything like that. But the Kyoshi Warriors get their butts handed to them on a silver platter, and it makes me a little sad because everybody knows how much I love Suki.
Yes.
Everybody knows. Yes.
Suki is so awesome. You could do a really good Suki cosplay actually with your hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I do.
I have to do that.
I do have the eyeshadow.
Oh my gosh, yes. No, because I've been in a cosplay drought and I'm starting to find characters that I want to cosplay again. And it's like Katara, Suki. I don't think I could pull off Toph. I'm not nearly muscular enough.
She says as she flexes in a literal definition form. Hello.
It's okay. To be fair, this is only because of the car crash. I would never exercise this.
You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to explain yourself.
And this one's because I'm doing the muscle grabber thing out of anger.
Exactly.
It evens out. Oh no. Yeah, we should do a cosplay episode. Just all right. Figure it out. But yeah, so we get through. Suki kind of does like a little "Forgive me, Sokka," or not
Forgive me, Sokka.
Forgive me, Appa.
Yeah,
Just
scares
like
him away.
go.
And then like we get this freeze frame, which is beautiful. Like I like the art
yes.
style.
Where is the Suki and can I find it? I have the fan art of it, but I don't have the actual freeze frame. There it is. Because this is one of the only times that we get a freeze frame kind of like this.
It is like
reminiscent.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of like the title screens in like Tales of Bossing Say. Like you know how like they all have like those.
Oh yeah, the yellowish.
Yeah. So it's kind of like reminiscent of that. And I mean, obviously, like if you've watched the series in its entirety, then you know like what happens after this and stuff like that. But and you quickly realize in the second season like what like the ramifications that happen after this fight and everything like that. But like I remember watching season 3 and not even thinking of Suki.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, yep, we're just along for the ride. We're going for it. And then like they mention her in The Day of Black Sun, and you're like, oh yeah. And then like again, like I completely forgot about her. And then like the boiling rock happens, and I'm like, how can I forget about my girl?
Oh crap! Yeah. Well, I think it's just because you assume that she made it away.
No, like obviously she doesn't make it away because like you know.
Well, yeah, but like after watching this episode, I assumed that she would have escaped and Azula would have been licking her wounds.
No, Azula won. It makes me a little bitter because obviously I want Suki to win, but
well, I mean, just look at this. Look at that. You got a shield. She's basically Captain America, but it's Captain Kyoshi. Like,
oh my gosh. Oh my god!
Rapunzel! We need your skills again. Yeah, all I could think of during this scene was Captain Kyoshi.
Nice.
I wish she would have won, but then we wouldn't have gotten the scenes.
I know it had to happen, but I'm just bitter that it had to happen.
As are we all. Although I think everyone is. I've stopped receiving chat comments like 20 minutes ago. So, hey chat, if you mind just typing a random letter. Oh, there we go. Louise. Okay, it came back in. I think the internet heard me and it just accepted it. There we go. I binge watched them, so I don't think I had time to really wonder about what happened to them. You know, there's a solid method to that.
Yeah.
That's a good or a solid madness to that method. There we go. I'm tired, y'all. It only took 32 minutes into the episode, but I admit I am tired. Not as tired as Appa though. Still angry and stuff. Keeping watching and finally
before we start talking about Guru Pekti.
Yes.
Appa returns home.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's the Eastern Air Temple.
Returns home. And he got so excited because he saw someone.
He's like, hey,
and then Pekti was like, nobody.
yeah. Now he's just like, oh, I just licked a stranger.
Goes into attack mode.
Oh, attack Appa.
But like, I'm like we've talked about Appa's eyes, but when he's at the Eastern Air Temple, he's just looking extra cute. I don't know what it is.
And he's going in. There's that little bar that he goes. Yeah. He's like a little teething ring.
I know, but he's just extra cute. I don't know what it is. Oh my
gosh! They were like, "Oh, you know what? We're gonna make him more childlike."
I think maybe he just looked fluffy.
I'm working on the start bar.
We had no doubt.
Not a doubt in our mind. No. Oh my gosh, Rapunzel, you were the best. Oh yeah. No, he gets back. I wonder, like, you know, he's been so exhausted and he's been through so much. He doesn't really think that's not Aang. He's just happy to see someone.
Yeah. But like obviously like and I think the reason why he reacts the way that he does is because he's so standoffish about just literally everybody. Like this is not a normal Appa reaction.
Yeah. No. And like Guru Patik, he mentions it. He's like, oh, you have fear in place where trust should be.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
I'm not as good with quotes, but
Yeah.
it's like, oh, honey, yeah, you can tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then also like I can't I don't know why I remembered that Azula line, but it's word for word like I did, but
I'm
Pecty
still
says,
impressed.
yeah, Pecty says, like Appa like fell asleep, and so like he's finally like I don't know what he's doing. He's
He can go poke his
reading
belly.
his aura or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, and he's just like, yeah, like you've been through a lot, and I think it is fear is where trust should be. And then he's like, oh, but you still have like a lot of love and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And I don't know. That hit hard. I was like,
Mhm.
are you reading my poem?
Yeah, it's like, ah.
I was like, that's too relatable. And
Oh
then
my
I was
gosh,
like, well,
yeah.
I haven't been through nearly as much trauma as Appa has. What's my excuse?
This show's like, oh, we can't give kids therapy, but we're going to give them therapy
Yeah. Mhm.
in a roundabout way. And they won't even realize it until they've grown and gone through trauma. Like
Mhm.
the nuances. Also, I'm really starting to think we scared off the nerdy Viking and Marcus Aurelius.
It very well could have. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's
Glad to have you
fine.
when we did.
We appreciate it. Oh, the chaos. But yeah, no, we get our decent intro into Guru Patik and his ways of energy. It's not energy bending, but it's like,
Reading
ooh.
something.
Yeah. The magic of the Avatar
Do you
universe.
do you think that he's like an air nomad, or what do you think?
I wonder
Where does
if
he
he's
come
like
from?
I wonder if he was an air like an offspring of an air nomad that didn't have their bending ability.
Maybe
I need his backstory now.
we do.
We
We do.
do? Wait, oh
No,
wait,
we don't
we
have
need
it.
it?
We do. We need it.
I was
I
about to
don't
just
think
end this stream to go and read that.
I don't think it's there.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when we meet the creators and we show them our cult Bible, we will
There we go. There we go.
we will ask them.
Explain Guru Pekti.
Yeah. I mean, either way, he's ancient, so I feel like he would have known air nomads.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I can't like I even tried to like come up with a theory about it, and I literally had nothing at
See,
all.
I have my own personal theory, which is like he knew
I believe in you.
you shouldn't. Uh
I do.
oh gosh. Aang's dad, but not dad.
Monkeyatsu.
Monkey Atso. There we go. Yes. No, I feel like he and Monkey Atso could have been like friends.
Oh, 100%. For
Like
sure.
even as like a little
I'm picking
kid.
up vibes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm picking up vibes.
Not scared off, just speechless. Oh, loving the vibes, Marcus Aurelius. Loving the vibes. So is Louisa Sparrow. Oh, yes. Hopefully it's a good speechless. And as always, if you have any theories of your own, feel free to let us know, because otherwise it's just two people rambling with an audience.
I mean, what episode is this for like us? Like what did we do
Oh,
did we do like 22, 23 for season 1?
Yeah, and this is 16, so that should be getting us close to 40.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What's great is that we have somehow mastered this and are complete idiots about this at the same time.
Yes. Oh my gosh. It's still it's like someone Tokyo drifted a train. It's still going down the tracks, but it's in the wrong direction.
When I tell people that that like I do this and stuff like that, they're always like so impressed. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cool." And I was like, it's like, yeah, it's cool, but like it's really just like an excuse to hang out with my friend, because
It
otherwise
really
we don't see each other. We
Yeah,
don't get
we
to
barely have enough time for this, let
yeah,
alone
yeah,
chilling.
yeah. So I was
We
just like,
should
it's
though.
just, yeah, we definitely should.
We could talk about other chaos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I still need to go storm chasing with you, by the way.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Except there hasn't been any kind of a storm in Michigan other than the one in Detroit last week that I took my mom storm chasing
I
on.
saw that. That was amazing. Your mom's amazing.
I told her, I was like, yes, good, get in the car. No, we were sitting. So this is a sidetrack. We're famous for those. But if we were sitting in the big house parking lot at U of M Stadium, and pea-sized hail started hitting the car, and she just kind of looks at me like, "What did you get us into, Katie?"
Instead
Like,
of the meme,
it's fine.
instead of the meme chuckles, I'm in danger. She just skipped the chuckle and just went, I'm in danger.
Yeah, immediate danger. Hey, Nerdy Viking wasn't scared off either.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing something moderately right. Nerdy Viking says, "How about how vocal D. Bradley Baker is as Appa this episode? His throat must have hurt after this episode."
Perhaps. I don't know. He's a professional. He does all those clones.
Still, but like,
he does Perry the Platypus. Like, the guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, he's actually, I think he was at Animate Columbus earlier this spring. I'm hoping he'll do a convention closer to home because I'm going to like 12 conventions this year, which is ridiculous.
You should watch out for like Clone Wars lineups instead of like Avatar, because he does clones in the Clone Wars series. So he was actually just in Indy.
Oh, dang it!
Yeah, so look at the Clone Wars panels because he does a lot of those.
Okay, I need him to sign my Turtle Ducks poster.
I know you need him to sign the Turtle Ducks.
It makes me laugh. Like, I just giggle at random parts of the day when I think of it. How everyone on that poster, because I've had the voice actors for Aang, Sokka, Zuko, and Zhao all sign that poster, and Aang is like, yip yip, Zach, and Zuko, honor, and Sokka, what was it? Water Tribe.
Yeah, it was Water Tribe.
Then you get Jonathan or Jason Isaacs, and he goes, peace and love, Zhao.
Which is like not Zhao at all. I think I would have asked him if he could write "That's a lot of damage."
Oh my gosh, yes.
That one would have been good.
I should have the Moon Slayer.
Moon Slayer.
if I ever go to another convention with him, I might just take that back up and just be like, would you mind doing like a little arrow and just putting / I am the Moon Slayer? Because I feel like that would capture the craziness.
Zhao the Moon Slayer.
It's so funny. Oh yeah, but D. Bradley Baker, props to him for this episode because I can't make nearly the range of groans that he does. Like, if I tried to do an Appa, it would sound like a and that just sounds like a zombie.
I'm glad that you're brave enough to attempt. I, however, am not.
There's so many things. I talked about bird poop and got on TMZ. I have very little shame on the internet.
I was about to say what? And then I was like, oh, never mind. I understand.
You know the story.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, we get that. And then we get the ending, which there are no screen grabs of, mind you. I scoured for like 10 minutes trying to find Longfang with Appa. No screen grabs.
Did you look at that like Facebook page that does all the stills?
Oh, I didn't look at them. Okay, I'm slacking.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'll just take a moment to like talk about. I think it's really cool that like Patty was able to like connect Appa to Aang, which again kind of goes back to like the swamp. Because like even like in the swamp, like they talked about like these invisible lines that like connect people and stuff like that. And then like, you know, obviously that's how Aang finds Toph and everything like that. So it's very cool to see that concept come back again. Because like the swamp is towards the beginning of the season. So now we're having it at the end of the season. It's kind of like tying everything together. And so that's cool.
True. Also, I'm laughing here because the Avatar, or every Avatar frame in order, is only up through the season 2 finale. So it's
I love how we've stalled enough for them to catch up.
Exactly. It's like, oh, okay. Oh well, they at least have one frame that I could not find, which was Fluffy Happy Appa after he's been set free.
Yes. Look
got
at
a
this
little
little
black-
tongue. Oh,
Bitty bitty blip. Oh, yes. Now, this was published last year. Okay, November 2022. And I still can't find it. Oh, but I did find a fan art that's totally unrelated, but I'm saving that.
beautiful. Happy little accident.
Yeah, they're the best. Absolute best. But yes, my computer cannot handle going that far back in time that quickly.
Fine.
So we're just gonna close your eyes, paint that image, Long Fang with a whistle. You get a little bit of hope, and then you just see the whistles by Aang's head.
You get a little bit of hope, but like the scoring for that scene is anxiety inducing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the score throughout this is phenomenal. It matches so perfectly.
Yeah. But like, no, like he flies over that wall and you're like, okay, this is it. This is it. And then like it gets more intense. And then like you hear the whistle and you're like, oh my gosh, it's happening. And then they cut to the actual bison whistle so close. And like it does like this slow little pan and then it's showing that Aang's asleep. And you're like, no!
No! Because we see the Dai Li stripping down, like slipping down a roof. And you're like, oh, okay, they're gonna know that Appa's in town. That's fine. That's fine. It's not.
No. And then Long Fang just is there being nefarious.
And he goes, you know what? You don't like being in caves?
Bam!
It's just so bad. Oh, I seldom hate characters as much as I hate Long Fang.
I will admit that Long Fang is the one villain that I don't really like. Because usually I'm like, I don't know, I kind of like the villain. This guy, not so much. Not so much. I do have... Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, most of the villains have a redeemable arc or a tragic backstory that they can't control.
I would argue that Zhao does not have any of those, but I still really like Zhao.
But he gets what he deserves.
Yeah.
And so we can be like, and he's also just manically funny.
You know what? I think the reason why I don't like... Well, maybe not the reason, but what's interesting about Long Fang is that he's a minor villain, but he's a minor villain that like doesn't get played off as like comedic or like overly stupid or anything like that.
He's
like a lot
genuinely
of times,
villain.
Yeah, because like a lot of times, like in this series, we have like wardens for different things in the Fire Nation, and they're just dumb, and like they pose no real threat. And then like some of the other villains that we have, like General Fawn, like in the first episode, the Avatar State of season 2, like he's a villain, but like he isn't scary because again, like he's just doing stupid things. But like Long Fang or Faye doesn't, like, he's not stupid. He's very well calculated, and he has a lot of things under control. And I should like that about him, but I just don't like him.
I don't like the puppet master side of it because it's too close to some people I know in real life. And it's like, oh, Jordan. Which, there's going to come the day when I call them out on air by accident, and it's going to be glorious because I know they watch. But no, it's like you do associate some characters with experiences. And Avatar is no exception.
And like it's weird because I really like the Dai Li and like that whole concept. Creepy. I know. But like I like the idea of like this whole city being controlled and not even knowing it, and like them just literally controlling everything that it is. But like the city is so huge and most of the citizens don't know about that. Like I think that that's such an interesting story concept.
It
and
is.
Then like I don't know if it's just because the voice actor, his name's like Clancy something. I don't know if it's just because like Mr. Krabs is voicing him or what. But
wait, that's Mr. Krabs?
Yeah, no, it's the same voice actor. His name's like Clancy something. I can't remember his last name. Or maybe Clancy is his last name.
No.
It's Mr. Krabs. How have we not talked about this?
What?
How have we not talked about this? Hold on.
Clancy Brown.
Okay, I thought it was Brown. Okay.
What?
Yeah. No, it's the same guy. I just ruined this for everybody, I feel like.
No. No. Oh, I can't watch it. You've got to be kidding me. My whole life, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Well, now that's ruined him and SpongeBob.
I think that there's somebody. I think that it's like a TikTok or there's a YouTube video of somebody doing a Mr. Krabs impression, but it's Lon Fane. Like it.
YouTube.
It's
So
either
you
that
did
or
get the Mr. Krabs with the Zula cut in.
I was about to say we can go back to that. But yeah. I can't believe you didn't know that. What are you doing?
I knew it had to exist.
What did you find? Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's the stream, guys. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Gosh. Well, I'm gonna have a nightmare. Oh, Rapunzel, your terrible fan arts are ready.
Yes!
Time to get it.
To Twitter.
Oh my gosh. This is where it becomes truly unhinged for the Nerdy Viking and Marcus Aurelius. Oh my gosh, you're the best. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have several. Oh no, I'm on the wrong page. There we go.
How embarrassing.
Well, it is always. There we go. Okay, so Rapunzel first. The being is fictional, but my anger is real. That is so true. Snardvark.
I love how it's on the nose.
It's so cute. I love it so much.
Hold on. Our girl did another one though.
Yes. What? Where'd it go? Oh my gosh! Yes. Oh my gosh. Hansel, you are the best. Oh my gosh. I love this.
All right.
Cheers for you. Thank you so much. Oh, the greatest out there. Rapunzel, go give them a follow on Twitter. The best.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we've gone through many things.
I do have one. We're pretty much at the end here. I do have one question though. So,
yes,
like the episode, like City of Walls and Secrets, where like they have that meeting with Lon Fane and he like explains like how in control he is and everything like that. That happens, and then the next episode is Tales of Bossy and Say, right?
Yes,
and then it's the episode that we're on.
And it's this, yeah.
So where, in terms of the ending of the Cities of Walls and Secrets, and Tales of Bossy and Say, when does Appa arrive in Bossy and Say?
I think it's before City of Walls and Secrets.
You do?
I think so, because when the Tales of Bossy and Say, we know that the paw print is there from when Appa gets whooshed down into the ground.
Yeah, and then Momo finds like a tuft of Appa's fur.
Yeah, so maybe depending on how quickly those two episodes were like back to back, because when he mentions like, I hear you're looking for your bison, it's like he knows something, so that makes me think that he had already captured him.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Appa's capture happens after that meeting.
Maybe he was like, okay, now I know that's how I can manipulate him.
Yeah. Because like because I even went back and I rewatched like just that little sequence where he's explaining, how in control he is and stuff like that. And then he's like, I hear you've been looking for your bison. And I feel like if in that instance that he had Appa there would have been really more of like a dramatic sense, or like some kind of like audio cue, or like even like a little like corner of his mouth like smile, but like he says it so matter of factly, like you're going to listen and obey my rules because you need to be here because you need to find your bison and stuff like that.
Exactly.
And so
Have a
like
choice.
exactly. So I kind of think that like Appa arrives pretty much immediately after that meeting, and then he takes Appa again just to control the Avatar even more. And what I'm trying to figure out is like, what is his long-term play? Like, why keep the Avatar in Ba Sing Se?
Probably so that he could manipulate him, or like at least keep him under his watchful eye.
I guess. I don't know. Like to me, like the Avatar being in Ba Sing Se is more of a threat to him, because the longer the Avatar is in Ba Sing Se, the more likely the chance of like the war and like the truth getting out.
Yeah, like the war would come to Ba Sing Se.
Yeah, not so much that, but like just the Avatar being there, and like where Avatar goes, chaos ensues, you know? So
Yeah.
like why keep him there? Like I can't quite figure it. Oh, it just hit me.
Do tell.
What if Lon Fane wanted to keep the Avatar in Ba Sing Se for the longest time, and he was going to cut a deal with the Fire Lord to give the Avatar up in exchange for Ba Sing Se to remain like an independent thing?
Ooh. That's something he would do.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know. Anyways.
Oh, you might be onto something.
Yeah, because like there has to be a reason.
Yeah.
Other than
like this guy,
you know, he's too calculated for there not to be a reason.
Yeah, like he's always trying to think one step ahead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out his long-term play. Why keep the Avatar and Ba Sing Se? Beautiful poetry. That's a good point. Brandy's a wordsmith. What can I say? No, I definitely there had to have been some ulterior motive. Definitely. But there's just so many different ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, we can talk about it next episode.
Oh yeah. Well, when we get more of him.
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong button. Which button? No.
Ooh.
Yep. I think that's it. Buttons.
Am I right?
Yeah. But is that all that we have for the episode analysis?
I think so. Seems about right.
Woo. Because then we get to jump to the fan fiction and the fan theories before wrapping up. And I know you mentioned that you've been working hard on getting these fan theories.
Yeah, this one was a bit difficult. Because, like, this one, as emotionally destroying as it is, pretty straightforward. I don't want.
True.
You also just, like, saw one of the fan theories of, like, you know, why Lon Fane wants the Avatar to stay. Like, that one.
Yeah.
That one was developed on the spot, so.
That's a juicy one.
That one's ripe. So the only other one that I have is in the episode when I guess it's after Appa leaves the circus and when he like lands on that farm. I think there's like the sequence of him flying over the Serpent's Pass.
Yes.
Or not so much the Serpent's Pass, but like he flies over the ferry that Iroh and Zuko are on.
Yes.
And I think that there's this really great moment where Zuko's asleep and Iroh's just, I don't know, contemplating about things. And he sees Appa fly over. And so he knows, like, he can't see anything other than it's Appa. So he's like, he knows that the Avatar is heading towards Ba Sing Se. And in that moment, like, look at the fear on Iroh's face.
He's like, oh like, no, we were finally doing something else.
Exactly. And so he's like, you know, oh, it's nothing, like, go back to sleep, whatever. And then in the episode, while City of Walls and Secrets, like Iroh is so like adamant about Zuko like starting over and just forgetting about the past, and like it like he mentions it a bit while they're traveling to Boston, saying like, this can be like a new start for us, but like he's not laying it on as thick as he is in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And then like even in Tales of Boston Say, like he forces Zuko to go on a date. Like it's like he's almost trying to distract him. And I think the reason for that is because he knows the Avatar is in Boston Say. And so like Iroh knows exactly that everything that Zuko wants in life is in Boston Say, and they're probably about as close as they have ever been.
Yeah.
But that's not what Iroh wants for Zuko at all. Like he wants Zuko to just almost let go of his father and his title and like all this stuff, and just like live a life away from the Fire Nation. And so like that like little bit where we see Iroh like, oh my gosh, there's the Avatar.
Oh no.
yeah, he's just like, literally everything that I've been trying to like build up in Zuko is about to come crumbling down once again. And like that is like so yeah. So the theory is that Iroh sees Appa and he just is like, we're not doing this again. And that's why he's acting the way that he is in City of Walls and Secrets and Tales of Boston Say, because he just wants Zuko to let go. And like,
well, and it's kind of like a sorrowful, shocked face that they animated on him, like he can't find out. He's finally peaceful.
Like no.
We're so close to retiring.
Yeah. And then I had this note. I wish I had written it more about the note. But I had it. You ever have like ingenious ideas when you're not thinking about what the ingenious idea is about? That's what this is. So it's just a note that says, I'm gonna try and like recapture the thoughts that I have, but it's a simple little thing. It says Iroh only came back to the Fire Nation to save Zuko. And that's the thought. So I'm gonna try and unpack that. So
well, I just before we even launch into it, I have a note that's somewhere on my computer desk. That's the Half-Atar, and it's the twins, and each of them gets 2 elements, and it just says Half-Atar.
Half-Atar. All right, cool. All right, that makes me feel a little bit better. Anyways,
you aren't alone.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's not related to the episode at all, but for whatever reason, like I think the theory of like Iroh wanting to go to be happy and stuff like that, I think this is where it's stemming from. But so like Iroh loses his son Lu Ten, and then he goes on like this whole journey, and he heals and he becomes like this amazing person. Why go back to the Fire Nation?
Yeah, he probably could have just walked away and
exactly
would have been totally fine. Ozai would have been okay with that.
But I think the only reason why he goes back is because he knows how Ozai treats Zuko, and he knows that Ursa is he probably knows that Ursa is like gone or had been dealt with or whatever. And so the only reason he probably goes back is to save Zuko from Ozai and try and like he either realizes that Ozai will never be able to redeem himself, but Zuko might. And since Zuko is the new heir to the Fire Lord throne, I guess. Yeah. Like that's his one chance to like right the sins of like the Fire Nation that have been going on for the past 100 years.
I have an addition to your theory.
Go for it.
Because I love it.
Go for it.
What if Zuko's mom, upon her banishment, wrote to Iroh? Because when she reads the letters from Iroh and everything, she seems to be, fond of him and everything. And what if she wrote to him and said, please, I cannot protect Zuko anymore. You can. Please go protect him.
I think it's a possibility, definitely. But at the same time, like, I think what's interesting about the way that Ursa like handled everything that went down with Fire Lord, what's his name?
Ozai?
No, Azulon.
Oh, Azulon?
Yeah, Azulan. Like that doesn't feel like she had much time to like think about. Like it almost feels like she was just
True.
reacting to things. So like yeah, maybe. Like who knows? Sure. We can make it a part of it, but yeah, like
Oh, I love it. That's still that. I love that he went back for him.
yeah.
Ah, true agape right there. Using a Valpo word. Did you
Using a
have to?
Valpo word.
So we both went to the same college. When
Mhm.
you took core classes,
No, I
did
didn't.
you? You didn't take core?
I didn't take core because I was a transfer student.
You lucky duck. What?
Yep, I didn't take core, and it was the best thing ever because everybody was complaining about core, and I was just over here vibing.
Oh my gosh, core was the worst. Like it was an English class, but it was also like a talking class,
No,
and
I
we
know what
spent we spent about a month discussing the theme of agape, which is non-sexual love,
Mhm.
and like it's a fascinating thing, and that's the only good thing I took from core in my
No, like
whole
I've heard of the
two
term agape
semesters.
before because like uh I don't know. It has some like religion tie-ins and stuff like that. So like
Oh,
I've heard of it.
really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So like I can't remember
I'll have to look
quite
into that.
what it is. Yeah, it's something about with Christianity.
See, and
Um
I took 2 years of theology classes too.
no, I didn't learn that from my theology classes at Valpo, but no, like
Oh,
agape is is like this big thing. So, or at least I
nice.
think it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember there being some camp that you went to learn about it, and I never went,
Oh,
but I think my sister did. I don't know. I'll have to
going
talk
to
to her about
love camp.
going to
Uh,
love camp. That sounds weird. That sounds weird.
and on that note, do we have any other fan theories?
Nope, that's it. We're gonna leave it at that.
Brilliant. Let's talk about fan art because I actually found one from last week. Well, not last week. Last time we streamed that I forgot to talk about.
Ooh,
You remember the baby who grabs Iroh's beard when he's singing to
yes.
him, the crying kid?
I don't like where this is going. Never mind. I love where this went.
You weren't expecting it.
I thought it was gonna be like this cute little campaign of like, I don't know, like Iroh holding him or something, and I was about to be
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm too emotionally distraught. And then this thing pops up.
Ah, it's so beautiful. Like that's something that is the caliber of quality I would like expect to see from Rapunzel posting. So I don't even know if Rapunzel even made that, but it's on the internet and it's hilarious.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Speaking of topped scores here, I also found this one called Aang and Appa. It's by Kimchi Crusader, and it's just little new babies together. I want to see more baby Appa.
That
It's
Appa
like,
is no. That Appa is like the size of my plush Appa.
oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
Oh, yeah. Doppler gives this look to me when I want to cuddle her and just see what. Not my work, but I'm ticked off that I didn't think of that first. It has the same chaotic energy, Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, you could make another edit, and instead of the kid pulling Ozai's goatee, it's Miyuki.
Oh my gosh, it's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Taking a nibble. Oh, oh my gosh. Then, then there's this one because we can't get too happy. We are talking about Appa's Lost Days, but it's giving me How to Train Your Dragon vibes because she has her hand out.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I love it. It's by what was it? Domnosaurs on Reddit.
Nice. I like that one
So
a lot.
me too. It's you get a lot of variety of the art styles. Like even here, crud! I clicked on the wrong one. Now we're just gonna now we're back into Star Trek. I'm a connoisseur of fan art, if you guys can't tell. But this one is adorable.
I've seen this one before. It's giving like is it Precious Moments? Oh, I don't know. There's like these little statues of like, I don't know, just like I don't know. Anyways, it's giving that.
Aww.
Yeah. I knew you would understand.
And oops, sorry, I'm late. I have a doctor's note stating why. It's okay. If Miyuki poisoned you, you're always allowed to take the night off. And then, okay, this one's really cool because not only is it a finished piece, but you could make it into a coloring sheet if you wanted to. And that is Azula versus Suki. And like the detail on this is just
Azula's giving Joker.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Mark Hamill Joker.
Yeah.
No, it's so cool. And they go through and they're like, okay, here's the line artwork for it. Here's a rough sketch.
That's cool.
Just if any of you enjoy using adult coloring books, much like myself, this is definitely something I'm going to be working on because that is so cool.
Yeah.
And the artist for that is Dan Musi, illustrator and digital 2D artist.
Cool.
I see people on TikTok who are always like, oh, I'll do commissions and everything. And I just want to be like, okay, make me, but Water Tribe.
Water Tribe.
That's what we should do for our finale. Or the finale is we'll get a commission for each of us as our own avatars.
I think we have to be... No. We get it commissioned, but we're the avatars.
The avatars! Okay, which 2 elements would you want?
Well, I have to have Earth. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think that you have to have water and air, so I guess I have to have fire and earth.
That flaming mud, man. That's great.
No sense.
I mean, that would be incredible.
I have one question though. Can we both go into the avatar state together, or is it like when we share a brain cell, like you have to have it?
Oh, that's a good. Share them. I feel like it would be more interesting story-wise if we pass the Rava energy between us. Like, okay, you can go into the avatar. Now I can go into the avatar state.
I'm suddenly getting Wonder Twins vibes. Like, Wonder Twins forms a bucket of water.
Activate! Yeah. Because with your metal bending, and then I would have the water, bucket of water.
What if instead of like only one of us can go into the avatar state together? What if instead like we had to like fist bump or something, and like that's how it's activated?
Kalima!
Yeah. That's how it's done. Yeah.
Ooh, here we go. Yeah, Rapunzel's good point. Lava, you would get good lava bending. Wonder Twins to go into the avatar state. Yep, agreed. Air and water, weather, fire, and earth, volcano.
Ooh.
We could destroy everything. Brandy's The shared brain cell idea goes beyond the avatar.
Yeah. I do have one question. I can't believe I almost forgot to ask it. Why do you think that Aang didn't go into the avatar, or not the avatar state, but why did he not go into like the spirit world to try and like find Appa? Because obviously like he knows a bit, like there are these like spiritual connections between people. Like he learned that back in the swamp. Why not go?
I wonder if he was just too preoccupied with everything on his mind. Like he hadn't gotten sleep, and then he had the drill, and then he's like in Ba Sing Se trying to figure out how to talk to the king.
Yeah.
No, he put his avatar duties above it.
You're probably right.
Which is sad. Still
just a thought.
I like it though. I would have been immediately like, oh, Appa's gone. Hold on a second. Zzz. Found him. We're gonna go and kill some people. Oh man. Well, that is that. I don't think I have any other fan art for this week.
All right, we did it. We did
it. We got an episode out, Brandy. High five. And barring any deer we'll see how the next few weeks go.
I mean, I should be good for next week. But whenever
I'm
we
gonna
say that,
be
something happens. So
true. Well, I'll be in the middle of a 12-day stretch of work because I'm working both weekend days too. But I want to have fun, and I clearly won't be getting that on the weekends. So I'm gonna aim for next week as well.
woohoo, let's go. It's Lake Laogai, guys.
Gonna check you on the replay. Boom.
We'll be there.
Way to go, gang. Yes, Rapunzel, Bree, you got Louise X Sparrow, Marcus Aurelius, the Nerdy Viking. Oh, so many people. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight or this morning, wherever you happen to be. And yeah, we will catch you on the replay. Hopefully next week. If not, it's not our fault. It's probably the deer. Okay. Until next time, Halfatars, good night.